So I have some questions that I want to ask you, but I'm determined for you to succeed. So I'm going to give you the answers to the questions before I ask them. And after I give you the answer to the questions, I want you to repeat them back to me so that I know that you got it, okay? Here are the answers. Oneness, sameness, agreement.
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
I'd like to thank all three of y'all for showing up to my TED Talk today. Let's try that one more time. Come on.
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
You know, I read in a book one time that when you say things louder, it helps you to remember it better. I'm not too sure how true that is. But let's try that idea. Let's say it one more time. Come on.
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
Y'all, I don't want to get on your nerve, but the only person out here is Parker. So we need to try one last time. Come on.
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
All right, now y'all are ready for the quiz. How do we grow our organization?
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
How do we increase our influence on campus?
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
How do we shift the culture of our campus?
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
How do we increase unity within our organization?
Oneness, sameness, agreement.
Now that you've taken the quiz, I want you to grade yourself. Grade your organization. Grade your institution. Do we pass? If oneness, sameness, and agreement are the main tenets of organizational success and growth, then that would mean that in order for us to grow in unity, then we have the tools now that we need to enhance our approach, our attitude, and ultimately to change the projection of our altitude, okay? So I have a secret to tell you. Did you know that people have a hard time being a part of groups that have people in it that they don't like and don't know? That was the part where y'all laughed. There it is. And so that would mean that oneness then is a dedication to building relationships. Can y'all say that with me? Oneness, is a dedication, to building relationships. Flyers are good, and videos are great, and social media posts are the new way that we advertise, but relationships are the most superior form of advertisement. I mean, think about it. Whenever you get up from eating with somebody or when somebody's getting out of the car, what is the question that you ask? What are you about to do? And this is the opportunity that you have to invite somebody into your space, right? This is the opportunity that you have to say, I'm going to this event or I'm going to this place. And they always have a response. Either they'll respond by saying, oh, that's lame, or oh, that's cool. And you have the opportunity to use your relationship to draw them in. But if there's no relationship there, then there is no draw, right? And so relationships have the power to empower a person to explore way more than an Instagram post or a Snapchat filter. Everybody get that?
Yeah.
If that doesn't work for you, I'll give you a greater example. I do not care at all about baseball. I never have until a relationship brought me to a game. I didn't know that I enjoyed working out as much as I do until a relationship brought me to the gym. I didn't know how beautiful the Spanish language was until a relationship taught it to me. I didn't know that I could have a place on campus until a relationship brought me to a place where I was accepted. Oneness is a dedication to building relationships, okay? Now, when we talked about oneness, now let's talk about sameness. Sameness is a dedication to finding the connecting point, okay? So if we want our organization to be more unified and to grow, then we have to find the connection between the organization and those that the organization is trying to reach. Does that make sense? So let's get an example going. You smiled at me one time, so I need you to volunteer for me. I want you to volunteer for me. And Parker, you got some good energy today. I want you to volunteer for me. Y'all come up here and stand right here. And so what I want to demonstrate to you is that it is not hard to find a connection. In fact, I believe that every one of us in here are connected in some way, shape, or form. Now, speech teachers would drag me down to the ground and say the moment that you give an absolute, it nulls your entire statement. You know, once you say always or everyone, then you're obviously lying. It's fallacy. But I would beg to differ. I think that every person on the face of this planet has the ability to connect to every person on the face of this planet, and I'm going to prove it to you. Do you like music?
I love music.
All right. Do you like, let's see, do you like rock?
A
Tell the
little
truth
bit.
now. Okay, a little bit. R&B?
Yeah.
You like R&B for real?
Yeah.
You like Usher?
Uh-huh.
We connected and it didn't take us 3 weeks. Something as simple as music, right? Now some would say, oh, well, anybody can do that, but that's sincere, right? We think that it has to be this grand, big connection, when in a minute I'm going to show you how something that small can impact the organization, right? You like food?
Yeah.
You like chicken? Fried chicken?
Yeah.
All right, well, let's argue then. You like Bush's or Chicken Express? Okay, Chicken Express or Cane's?
Definitely Cane's.
Right? How simple connection. Watch, let's go to another level. Do you care about people that are less fortunate than you?
Yes.
Do you care about those that are homeless? Now, I care about those that are homeless too. And now I'm going to create an event as an organizational leader based off of the connection with the people that I'm trying to reach. So guys, this is what we're going to do. We're going to go to Walmart and we're just going to buy some small toiletries and some Ziploc bags, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to put little toothpaste and toothbrushes and a small like scripture or something like that to demonstrate the God. And we're going to seal up those bags and we're going to load them up in the trunk. We're going to get in the car and we're going to drive over to the bridge that is in between at the intersection of Ambler and Stanford by Walmart, because sometimes that's where homeless people gather. And we're going to pass out those goodie bags and be willing to pray for people just to demonstrate that we love them. But on the way, because Parker, and remind me your name? Dylan, and remind me your name?
Deja.
And Deja are riding with me over there, I'm going to put on some Usher while we're driving. And then once we get there and we get done doing it, we're going to keep on driving a little bit, and I'm going to invite everybody to come to Cane's with me. And I have effectively reached every person that is standing here through the small, simple connections that I found. Thank y'all so much. Sameness is a dedication to finding the connecting point between the organization and those that the organization are trying to reach. Now let's talk about agreement. Y'all know what I'm tired of? That group activity where you take the spaghetti straws, and y'all know what I'm talking about, the spaghetti and the little marshmallow. It's like, do y'all know any other type of group building activity? Everywhere you go, that's what they're going to do. They're going to get the little spaghetti and the marshmallow, and you have to build something, right? And what makes me so upset is every time I have to build it, the person sitting next to me trying to build their own thing, and this person trying to build their own thing, and the problem is that we've never came to an agreement on what we're producing. And so agreement then is about understanding as an organization what we are designed to produce. And so a lot of the times what we do is we just begin and we never start at an agreement, right? So how many people in here, I don't know if this organization has a mission statement, but how many people in here know the mission statement of this organization? Ooh. Right? This would mean that the majority of us in here don't know what this organization is designed to produce. And if we don't know what the organization is designed to produce, then each member of the organization has the ability to come up with their own thing. And this is where we get arguments, this is where we get division, this is where we get splits, this is where we get drama, is because we never came to a unanimous agreement on what we are going to produce. Think about it. Apple produces technology, and the technology that they produce is because of our need, right? Think about this little Apple Watch thing I got going on. And when I got it, I thought to myself, what is the purpose of this? It's just extra. Until one day, I didn't have my phone on me, and my watch went to ring. And I was and I pressed the little button. I was like, this came in handy. Somebody thought about that. But the production team thought to themselves, sometimes you just don't want to have your cell phone on you, But what is a way for us to be able to continue to use that technology and not be next to our phone? Somebody said, what about a watch, right? And everybody in the room may have been like no or yes, but what became superior was the need. The need trumped feelings. The need trumped attitude. The need trumped personal bias, because an organization is only powerful when everybody understands that we are here to produce a need. Right? Our production is about the needs of the people. This organization is about producing for the need of students. All right? And so how do we grow? By coming to a unanimous agreement on what it is that we are designed to produce. So originally I asked the question, how do we grow our organization? Through oneness, sameness, and agreement. How do we shift the culture of our campus? Through oneness, sameness, and agreement. How do we build successful and lasting relationships? Well, through oneness, sameness, and agreement. How do we become more unified? Oneness,